So now we're going to take a quick look at this circuit. It's an op amp, the LM358, wired as a comparator. I get a high enough input voltage from my trim pot. We get a high output and then a low enough voltage at the input, non-inverting input. We get a low output. The non-inverting input voltage is set to half the supply voltage, so we have to go above or below half supply voltage. But in any case, we're working with 14.6 volts right there. That's the charging voltage you can expect if you have lithium iron phosphate batteries. So the circuit will have to be able to handle that if we are using that setup to power this. Main thing is we got a lot more voltage. So I have a 1.5 kilo ohm resistor protecting the red LED, a lot more than the 220 ohms from 5 volts, because we have a lot more power to dissipate. So we're going to get less current, but we kind of need to. That's the minimum resistance I'm going to use there. Now I got a 3000 ohm resistor protecting the blue LED because it's brighter. We don't need as much current. And here's the schematic diagram I drew for the op amp when it's wired as a non-inverting comparator demonstration circuit. Main thing is, though, we're using a pretty high voltage here. As if we're using a lithium iron phosphate battery rated for 12 volts, but charges up to 14.6 volts. So we have to be able to handle that. So usually we use kind of high value resistors to set the reference voltage and signal, so we don't have to change that for the most part. And this works the same. You get a higher voltage here than you have there. The output goes high. Lower voltage there than you got there, and the output goes low. Again, we're rushing this because we're making a short out of it. But when it comes to the output in the LEDs, so for up to about 15 volts, I figure you want at least a 1.5K resistor protecting the red LED in this case. You do lose a little bit of voltage at the output, but that helps make sure things are safe, limits current, and prevents the resistor from overheating. I wouldn't go lower than that. But the 3K resistor for the blue LED, because it's naturally brighter, we can cut the current in half.